Ads detected, posing for capitalism.
Hey, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. How's it going, Kane? Hope you're doing well. Welcome. I usually wait till the ads play. Start the stream. But I'm just thinking. Maybe the ads time is the great time to just talk about the stuff I usually talk about at the beginning of the stream. I don't know if anyone cares about that stuff anyway. Hey, Revolutionary, welcome in. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday. I wish. It's Wednesday. It's not Thursday yet. Now, still Wednesday. We still got 2 more days. 2 more work days left in the week. And then weekend. And then I think it's like still a couple of weeks before a long weekend. I don't remember where the next one is. What's the next one? Next one is April 3rd. So next Friday is off. Nice. I'm okay with that one. I'm okay with the next Friday being off. Yep. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. We're back in Devland, Game Dev Lab. There was an update to something right before stream again. And I was like, part of me was like, maybe I shouldn't update, but no. You can't live life that way, right? It's like you get food poisoning once at a restaurant doesn't mean you now have to avoid every single restaurant. That's just stupid. So, update, everything's fine. You just need to have a fallback plan, which I usually have something I can do, so it's fine. I'm doing right. Yeah. Same old. Same old. Yeah. We're gonna be finishing up the goblins throwing grenade thing attack. And then we're gonna go with the next enemy and make our next system or whatever it is we need to do. So that should be good. Shall we? Shall we get to it? What the hell are we doing again? I haven't heard from the character artist since yesterday's stream either. I think he got scared. Ran away. Not actually, but it'd be funny if he did. Funny, I don't know if it's the right word, but anyway. So we have, I think we're testing you on the elite one. So you can't, oh, he needs to load his animations. He's rebuilding a shader. In a sense, I hope not. At least not without consulting me first. Yeah, that looks good. Because not because I don't think he can do it, but because I think it'll make his life easier if he just consults me first. Because then you just make a material that's not like overly complicated, that has like a bunch of stuff that's not really needed. I love that you can just walk into them and it'll take damage. What's the AoE range on those actually? Because I feel like I should have been hit there. Okay. Yeah, I should be hit there, so maybe I'll increase even more. Actually, let me do you. Where is the trace for duration? There we go. So we can actually see it. So I'd say if I also hold on a second. Why did I, if it's this big, Why did I not take damage? Hold on a second. Something's up. Throw bombs, please. Throw bombs, please. Bomb. I said bomb. He has an equal chance doing bombs and attacking. He's now attacked 4 times in a row. That's 4 heads in a row. I want a tails. That's 5 heads in a row. I want a tails. That's 6 heads in a row. Why does he never do that for like bombs? Oh, there we go, finally. Oh, it didn't do it. Okay, so why didn't it didn't do anything? Spawn actor and death. No. Projectile destroyed. There we go. Or tracing interactable. No. Wait. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. Where's my undestroy? There's one trace. There's another one, but this is interactable. This is different. There's a homing one. Wait, do I not have a trace on destroyed? Really? Okay. Custom event. Destroyed. Trace. And I'll add a boolean here. Do trace on. Well, see, I don't want to do a trace on destroyed specifically. But yeah, I guess, yeah, I want to do this as an option. If it's true, then do this. And then here, we can do trace, or what did I just call it? Destroy trace. So by default, this will be off. But, oh, but this is also interactable. Why is this interactable? What are we checking here? Any projectile? Oh, I guess if we need to interact for certain things. That's fine. This will still do this, which is this entire thing. So then we just need to go on the goblin and turn on do trace destroyed. Hey, Stormer, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Where is it? Okay, we can close some of the stuff because I need. We're gonna need you. I just opened you up. We're gonna still need you. Don't need you anymore, I think. Don't need you. Definitely need you. Don't need you. There you are. Okay. Let's do a duration on this one. And this is on. Okay. You found out your problem with functions? Do you mean like a actual problem or like a not actual problem? Okay, there we go. That works now. So now we can actually change the radius because that's way too high. So probably the original radius was fine. It was just... Create a variable in a function as an output we called continue. You only had this on one branch as true, but it turns out you need to state false at each branch or it stays true. Hey, Parker Park, welcome in. Is DA fixed? Yes. The problem wasn't even DA. It was Fab. I know. Who would have seen that one coming? Fab is so perfect. So, yep. The problem was Fab. I don't want it undestroyed. I want it at a specific time. But yeah, we're back in game development. That's the main thing. Reasoning, less important. Is there a way for me to trigger something when I wanted to? No, right? So I'd rather trigger it than on when I trigger explosion. So let's remove it from you. And we're not calling destroy trace then. This is a custom or just force trace. And we're not going to do this here. The function can go multiple ways, so often led to false doing nothing. So you expected the output pin to be false, but it stays true. Yeah, if you have a function that has an output like this, and you do something on this function, and you don't run it again, this remains this value. It remembers it. So it's useful for like custom events. If you pass through a value, right? Let's say you've passed through like, I don't know, a float. And then later on you're doing something else. I'm like, I passed through this value. I want it somewhere else. In an entirely new event, you can grab it. Because it'll just grab the last one it had. So for example, if you were passing through an actor, right? An object reference, for example, right? You can just grab that actor reference somewhere else or whatever it is. It's quite handy. So when we do sprite explosion, we're gonna want to do the trace. So we're gonna do the force trace. So it's gonna do it at the beginning of the sprite explosion animation instead of at the end, basically. Oh. Okay. Don't do that here. Why is that doing that here? Why is that infinite loop? Oh, because it's also... Oh, it's also the on-hit effect. So it's triggering the on-hit effect. I just wanted to trace, do this, and not worry about this. I don't suppose I can collapse all this to function, can I? I can. Interesting. But I would need this with it, actually. Because this is all part of that same loop. Of this loop. Now your event graph can actually shrink by 80%. Nice. Unreal forces you to learn a new thing each day. Hey, learning is awesome. As long as you got time to learn it. Occasionally I get asked to like, oh yeah, do this thing. I'm like, I don't know how to do this thing. Oh, it's okay, just look it up. I'm like, do I have a month to learn it? Because like this whole system, like I got asked like, oh yeah, like Blender's geometry nodes. I'm like, I don't know them. Like, okay, can you start learning them? I'm like, do I have a month? At least. It's not a simple system that you just like, oh yeah, let me watch a tutorial or two and just be knowledgeable in this. So yeah, learning is fantastic as long as you got time. Gotta get on Pokepedia later and see if those Pokemon are done building your house. Wait, are they supposed to be doing it when you're not playing the game? Oh god, is it one of those mechanics? How do we... So I can't have this here on explosion. But I could do here, right? Or is this also bad? This is probably also bad. Oh, there we go. That works. Yeah, that works. How much damage is that doing? Uh, 18 damage. Same damage. Ooh, hold on. Did I get hit twice by the same bomb? I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Okay. So we now have this working. Okay. So for now, I'm going to say that is fine. So that's going to be the elite, right? So the elite throws bombs. Well, it's also going to be the champion. But the champion's going to throw more bombs. So here, he really does just take him out of his crotch, right? like I joke about that, but he really does. You don't know how they got their current weather? I mean, probably Google. They could probably just check online, like, what is your location, and then go check your local weather. I don't like that it has that, personally. Like, I don't want my random game to be checking my location. It doesn't need it. Pick a random location. It doesn't need to match my stuff. That's just me. Okay, so this one is going to be champion. This one's going to be elite. The champion one is going to have a slightly different projectile. So this one, I'm just going to do a child of this. And this is going to be champion. So this guy, instead of throwing... Where is it? Oh, wait, no, not you. No, you're fine. You're the same. I take it back. I don't need this. I need to go here. It's been a few days. I already forgot. And here I need to change projectile count. So to 5, we're gonna, let's say 15. How's 15 gonna work? 15 in a 300, 400 spread. We're gonna really increase the spread, but we're also gonna increase the amount of bombs. So this is the elite, right? So the elite throws this. So it throws 5 bombs, okay, in a little area. And if we make him a champion, let's see what happens. Is that too much? There's only going to be one in the pack. But I kind of like that. Throw me your bombs, good sir. Throw me your bombs. Sir, can you throw me your bombs? No. Please, sir. Throw bombs. Please. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Look at that nice spread. That's not bad. It's very square there, but I think that's just randomness. Yeah, that's just randomness. I can walk into them and the explosion radius is quite high. Maybe I don't have the explosion radius as high. They do considerably more damage too, so I should can I tint them? Hey Leo, welcome in. How's it gonna be doing well? Maybe tint is not the right one. Maybe? If I went into the flip book. And I made these like just a lot more red. Just visually slightly different, basically. It wouldn't be a very big difference, but there should be a difference if I just get another one that's an elite and one is a champion. I should be able to tell them apart. Yes, those are yellow. Those are yellow too. Why? I made it orange. Oh, I made it orange on you that I didn't assign because I never assign things. That would be crazy for me to remember things. It's just you don't know you could pass arrays directly as attributes. You thought it required a loop for some reason. What do you mean you can pass arrays as attributes? You can pass a whole array as an attribute if you're talking about PCG. Every attribute has to have one variable of a single type. It can't have an array. 5.8 apparently added to the system, but yeah, a single attribute cannot hold an array of anything. Throw. Big guy, throw. Ooh, what happened there? Oh, did it hit this guy? Ooh, hold on. Yeah, so these are now red compared to this guy's. Yeah, so those are red and these are... Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. What just happened? Did they get triggered twice? I love how he can just walk over them and trigger them. Yeah, they can trigger each other's stuff. Oof. Yeah, these are more red. Hold on. Hold on. Do I need help for this? If I have him throw his grenades, and I trigger this should not re-trigger. Just in case, I can do just a check here. Oh, because this is a triggering explosion. So it'll always trigger here on Force Trace, because this is the end of the lifetime. Trying to think. What's a better way of doing this, if there is one? I was thinking of the scenario where if you walk over it, oh, you know what I can do is if I trigger the trace, I could set another variable to false, or another boolean that's like trace triggered, or yes, like, yeah. In case I want to do it only if it didn't hit anything, because there's a scenario where I overlap it. It hasn't fully finished its lifetime. It's still going. And when it's when the lifetime is over, then it'll trigger it again. So you get hit twice, basically. So what we want to do then, we do this on the sprite one specifically. On hit effect, do sprite explosion. And do force trace. And then set a variable. Hit traced. So we're only going to do this stuff if it's false. Because obviously, if it already did the hit one, then we shouldn't need to do it again. Yeah. I think that's all right. Let's just test it. Nice big spread. Infinite loop. How's it an infinite loop? I set it to be true here, and here I only do it if it's false. How do I create an infinite loop? Hit on hit effect can trigger. Oh, it can't. It'll trigger force trace here. So yeah, this is not needed. This is absolutely not needed. Because that would be triggered on the trace. So we don't need to retrace the trace. I like it. I like it. Let's go ahead and take a look at this without all the traces. Yeah, the red, I think, is distinguished enough. They do a lot of damage, I will say. They'll do a lot of damage. Also, this has no stun. Hold on. This should be called stun. This should also be called stun. And then you should have stun off. Yes. Okay. Stun is off. Good. But I need a damage scale. Yeah, I need a damage scale control on these. Here we can put in the damage scale. And because I'm thinking that they should not do as much damage as they are doing. Okay, so what we can do now is reduce the damage a little bit. Excuse me, why are you bad? Why is this a bad blueprint? Where's the oh, here's the problem. Okay. There we go. So now let's rename this to champion. Now I can reduce the damage scale. So right now I am having it do 18 for the elite because that is the base scale. So if I wanted to do the same damage as the elite, just that it has more bombs, right? So it's going from 18 to what? Oh. Stun thing. Okay. And you see how much damage it's doing, and then I can just do the math. It has done 28 points. So I need to do about 64%. It's a 65%. So instead of damage scale be 1.0, I can do points. Oh, no, not this one. This one. 0.65. Which will be approximately the same damage as the elite. Because that way we'll have more bombs, but they won't necessarily also that more bombs that have bigger areas of effect. Which is also a slight problem. It's not a huge problem, but I might want to reduce it back down just for consistency's sake. But they are, you know what we can do? We can make them slightly also bigger visually. There we go. So they will, so it will look like it should go bigger, further as well. I think that'll help. Okay, maybe that's, maybe too big. Maybe too big. 1.25. That's not bad. Okay. I'm all right with this. So we now have champion, regular, and elite for this guy done. So I just set them all up just to see them. I have the elite and the trash. So they get bigger. Red outline. The trash one is just going to be doing regular slicing attacks. This guy throws bigger bombs, and this guy has smaller bombs. They'll still all do the attacks. I love how I kind of like that other mobs can just walk through it. I don't think I want to change that. Because if you're next to those mobs, right, you'll still get hit. And I don't think I want to do like a force damage where they also hit allies. Although I could make it so it hits everyone. That's for shits and giggles. What would happen if the big guys' bombs, I guess everyone's bombs, would cause everyone to take damage, including themselves? I see them throw the bombs, damn it. These guys. Yeah. I mean, I could do that. Have it be force damage, and then they can just hit each other. In which case, I'll return the damage scaling back up because it'll also damage each other. Like that. But that I don't know which one's better. Because on one hand, it's kind of cool that you can guide enemies through the bombs that these guys spawn. On the other hand, it probably becomes a little too easy to guide a pack through these and just kill them all, like that guy. You can probably even guide this guy through. Oh, he avoid that beautifully. Let's see what happens if I have a full pack and a single champion. So I'll do these guys. I'll just pick a different random mob for an elite. Sure, you'll do. So the two of these guys is elite. I want to see if this guy will effectively kill everyone. He did kill some. I have not done any damage. These guys are at half, and these are elites. I think I can't have it be on. I think it's cool, but he'll just kill the entire... Yeah, he'll just kill the pack himself. Like, you just position yourself and you're good. I've just been running around. I haven't done a single attack. Now, you'll still need to kill him, because it seems like he's not very good at hitting himself. Clearly. But yeah, I think we'll turn that off and just do the current version, which is you'll just be able to throw the bombs and they'll be able to trigger it. Do we want to have them trigger it? Probably, because we have body blocking for projectiles. Yeah, that's fine. They can trigger it. Trigger the bombs. Yeah, he tries to throw them at point blank range. He's not gonna have a good time. I think I need an option to ignore allies for overlaps. So you can throw them through his allies. Because otherwise he becomes very useless in a pack. It would also make it so the allies don't trigger the bombs. What would I rather have? I like them triggering the bombs, but it makes it very, well, not deadly. Easy test though is for now I just detach the overlap part. Just to see how it would be. So even I won't trigger them, but it's fine for this test. And you throw the bombs. Thank you. Right. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Can you throw the bombs again, please? I need more tests. I'm almost done here. You throw them once. I need to look at the chance of him throwing bombs. Honestly. It's too low. Is it actually a 50-50? It can't be. 1.0 chance of this. 1.0 chance of this. At random weighted by utility. Yeah. It's a 50-50. Mathematically, it's a 50-50. I'm going to set it to be slightly in favor of the bombs. Just slightly. Yeah, I think I'm going to add the control to have it ignore allies overlaps. As fun as it is to have them walk over it, it becomes very easy. It becomes too easy to just avoid and not deal with them, basically. Easy mode, no trigger. Hard mode, trigger. I'm not planning on doing a easy or hard mode, but if I added an easy mode, then maybe that's what I would do. But I feel like if I want to do like a quote-unquote easy mode, I'll just give the player more like damage resistance. Or like I just make an item that just gives the player X more damage or Y, damage reduction, and that'll be your like easy mode option. So you still play the game, still have all the same mechanics, but it just becomes easy, considerably easier. Or whatever it is. But no plans for it yet. Yeah, let's add the control in. So it's good control to have either way. So I'll just name this ignore ally overlaps. If it's false, then we continue as we were doing before. If it's true, then we go ahead and get the owning actor. Oh, right. It'll bypass himself no matter what. He'll never take damage from his own stuff. In this regard. Check if it's the owning actor. Check hashtag. And then also this guy, check hashtag. And if these guys do not match, then we would continue on. So from true, we go here, and from true, we go here. Do I just collapse nodes? Check ally overlaps. Instead of self, this is overlapped actor. Okay. We're good. So now what we can do is, right now, if I don't set it, where's the one? Right, ignore ally overlaps off. So right now he should hit his allies, and they should be able to block the bombs, which is the case for all projectiles. Throw the bombs. You now have priority for throwing bombs, and yet I don't see you throwing bombs. Oh no, still no bombs. There it is. Right, so they just body blocked, and basically, as the player, I just now have to deal with the one.
The ads strike without warning, but I strike first. Timeline. Frozen.
But we'll see what happens when we test it with the body, with the ignore ally overlaps after the ads. While ads are going, I will be right back. I'm back. Yum. Okay. Let's try out now avoiding allies. Throw a bomb, please. Yeah, there it goes. And yeah, so now I actually have to be mindful of where it is. Now, I could have him throw him against a wall, right? It'll still impact walls and stuff. If he can go ahead and just throw him against the wall. Please. Before I die. Nope, he refused. He refused. Let me just go ahead and just remove all of these and just see it on purely the champion. Okay. Now, please throw against wall. I said, please throw against wall. Okay. I said, please throw against wall. Please throw against wall. Thank you. Ooh. I'm pretty sure they should fall, right? And not stick to the walls. Simulated physics isn't on them because it can't be. I need physics off because projectile movement. How do I make it seem like they fall? I'm not gonna need this too much, and it's not the end of the world to have them stick to stuff. But I'd rather not have them stick to stuff. I'd rather not. I don't know a good answer for this one. Let's see if we can get some help. I have a projectile with projectile movement and homing and other stuff. So I can't use physics. How do I make a projectile fall like it has gravity when it hits a wall? Projectile gravity scale. Oh, okay. That's right. That's right. I have gravity. Well, no, I have gravity, though. Oh, gravity's at... How's gravity at 0? For... How's it throwing in an arc if gravity's at 0? What? How is it... Oh, no. I'm setting gravity, right? That's right. I'm setting gravity based on whether or not... Yeah, I'm setting gravity based on whether or not it is ARPG. Okay, it is already at 1. So why did it get stuck? bu- 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 Let's see what happens. What do I turn on should bounce? What if I did should bounce? There's now a higher chance of doing bombs, and yet he still refuses to do bombs so often. There we go. Oh. You know what? The bounce is kind of nice. I think it's too much of a bounce. But, bounciness, like 0.2, friction 0.6. I mean, actually, you know what? Maybe just have him bounce. That kind of solves all our problems. It would make more sense for it to bounce too. At least a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay, I like that. Yeah, there we go. All our problems are fixed. I don't know why they got stuck on the walls then, because they did have gravity. But cool. Ooh, hold on. Why did I just walk through it and I didn't do any damage to it? I should have triggered it. Okay, that's a problem. That's a problem. So what's the problem here? Oh, because I collapsed it. I'm just having it. Well, I just had to go on true. But in both cases, it was going, basically. So I need to do both here. True, false, and then I only do this on true. Or better yet, allow... Not allow. It was allowing, basically it was going to the next thing no matter what. The way I set it up, are you sure? No? Why? Why did I also take that much damage? Jesus Christ. Let me just see. If I was to... expand. Is the collapse part the problem? No. It's not. Oh. Did I really not select the tag to check? Did I? Please tell me I that's an Unreal fault and not my own. I'm pretty sure it's my own, but... Good job, me. There we go. Why does he wait so... I feel like he waits way too long after throwing the bombs. Oh, no. He's fine now. Okay, so I guess we can then recollapse this. Oh, I guess I'll collapse this part. Check for ally overlap. Not ally. Damn. Okay, now we're good. So I think we can call this mob done and dusted. Dead. Yeah, you're gonna die quickly to this guy if you're not careful. But as long as you're paying attention, it's not difficult. When you have a lot more mobs, well, I mean, we'll see. We can always tweak the values and the damage. We now have a damage scale, so if we need to, we can scale the damage down and whatnot. Okay, but he's good. He's good to go. So, next one is Fat Mushroom Bro. Now, this ability is gonna be courtesy of Leo, who suggested it, which is we're basically gonna have him become a damage sponge and soak damage from allies. Why was he moving there as he attacked? Did I not have... Close the goblin stuff now. Why was he moving when attacking, huh? Tree. Oh yeah, I don't have a stop character movement. That was me. That one's on me. Stop active movement. Okay. So now, whenever he gets in here, he'll stop active movement, and then he'll do whatever he needs to do. Ooh, no. I don't want to do a stop active movement here. I want to do an attack. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now we need to set up a damage soak. After thinking about it some more, the best way to do it is probably an Oro. I was gonna do traces, but that's gonna be so many traces, especially when you have like multi-hit. There'll be like way too many traces compared to just having an aura. And a custom setup to accommodate said aura. But first of all, let's see if we can find an effect that will look good for said aura. Ba, 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 ba. This is one for like a basically being a tank. Not terrible, not terrible. Probably not that. Probably not none of the fiery ones. No. Maybe. Nope. Looks cool. But nope. That one we're using. Not the clock. That one's not bad. Not the clock. I also have this. Actually, this one doesn't really work that well. Not for like an aura. I mean, to be fair, if I just take this part of it, it's hard to see it though. Ooh, cool audio. No. So I can make it like slightly more visible, but I feel like it still doesn't go all the way as a dome, right? Which is, I guess, kind of good, to be fair. I don't think we're going to use it. Okay. Which one of these seems the best for a protection aura? Or like soak up damage aura. I can change the color of them too. I feel like this left one. I can use this left one. Turn off the flicker. We can make the size right whatever we want. I don't know how big we want it to be, although honestly, that's pretty good size. And we can change the hue of it. Definitely don't want a green. Orange? Yellowish orange? Could be good. Maybe something like this in size. I think we can work with that. Now, can we use the current aura system or not? Not bad? Yeah. All right. We have the Niagara system, the radius, the actor scale, and all that. We have the sound effect. So we have everything here to spawn the visual. And I believe I have a custom thing per. Yes. I won't need to do it here. I would need to do a on begin overlap here. And I'll do a custom one here. So on begin overlap, we'll create two functions, basically, or interfaces, blueprint interfaces, right? One is to send the actor that is supposed to be absorbing the damage, and then remove the actor that's absorbing the damage. From the list. I don't think I'm gonna do any like visual stuff to it on the affected characters. You'll just see them in the radius for now, but theoretically we can do as simply as that. Okay, let's make a new one. So this is going to be, what do we call it? Just damage absorb? It is the most straightforward name. I'll change the name of this for damage absorb aura, so we can customize settings on this one to be no flicker, 0.65, 8. We're going to dive deep into procedural vegetation. What do you mean by procedural vegetation? Like spawning it procedurally? Because that's easy to do. Making it with the new what new nodes? New system? Are you talking about the one that's an experimental? The experimental new features? The one that you can't make anything from scratch yet because it requires an external program? That one? Just want to make sure. Okay. Good luck. Have fun. Because you realize it needs an external program if you want to start from scratch, right? You have to modify just what they have provided otherwise. I'm not saying don't do it, but just so you're aware. Yeah, you can adjust the parameters, but like you won't, if you want to create like a hedge bush, right? A nice square like bush, you're just not getting that no matter what you do, because it's just, you can't tweak it enough to ever get that. Isn't it just a tree skeleton? Yeah. It's a tree skeleton to a degree, yeah, but trees work in very different ways. And you don't have as of like 100% complete control. There's one guy, as far as you know, that reverse engineered the JSON file for the tree curves. I mean, look, there's always going to be a one guy for that. One mad lad that's smart enough to do that stuff. I'm not surprised. Props to that guy. I'm not smart enough for sure. I wish I had something like that I can say I did. I'm the one mad lad to like do XYZ. That anyone cared about. You find the lack of thick trees. Yeah, there's a lack of a lot of trees. So like, here's how you have to think about it. Okay, you have an option of a few different base setups, right? And the fact that you have a few base setups for those trees already tells you that it is not customizable enough to create any tree out of anything that they have, right? Because if it was fully customizable where you can make that tree look like something else, you wouldn't need that other base for that other tree. Logically. Because you just need the one setup and you just make any kind of tree out of it. But you can't. As I played around with it, it's very limiting. I ended up not making a video on what I found in it just because I found there were a lot of people already covering it that I thought would have been doing a much better job than I could. But like, you're not transforming one kind of tree into another. You're just tweaking that kind of tree. So, just so you know. Like, you might swap the meshes, but the tree logic isn't changing. Is the base curve that defines the tree type? Yeah. It's that. Right, yeah. How the leaves and everything grows. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, the fact that there isn't one setup for all your trees shows you that there is no, like... And there's, like, really cool trees, really weird trees you just can't make. For example, is it the baobab trees? Yeah. You're not making that in it. You're not. It just doesn't. You can't do it. Also, the way that hey, so welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Oh, I just mean the tool won't allow it. Not that you can't. The way that I would say, if you're making a hero tree, a long time ago, when I needed to do like custom trees, and they needed to be anything that's like more hero tree, the way that I like to do it was ZBrush Z-spheres. This is a long time ago. Because you can make a thick trunk and the topology will flow, right? Things will connect. Because if you look at the current trees, they're just literally geo stacked inside of geo. It doesn't actually like flow or anything in terms of like the UVs and the textures. It looks like the old school trees where just that's it, right? But if you did it like in Z-spheres, I'm not saying that's the best way to do it, by the way, just how I used to do it long time ago, you get the topology for hero trees specifically. Background trees, obviously it doesn't matter. You're not going to see that. But if you're seeing it up close and you want like a nice tree, that's my recommendation. As someone that's not touched ZBrush in a long time. You make some European trees for now? What's wrong with America? If you need European trees, they're free ones from Megascans. Just grab those. Is a tree skeleton converted to curves, which is inside the JSON file? The curve points are defined in the JSON file. You tried to reverse engineer with AI, but no time. Oh yeah, that's not the simplest thing. It's also experimental. The hope is that, you know, they'll expose all that stuff. I want, the thing is, didn't SpeedTree like partner up with Unreal a long time ago? Am I crazy? Or am I thinking something else? SpeedTree's Unity property. I'm thinking of something else then. Oh, I'm thinking of the remesh thing. There was a, it's a different thing I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the remesher one. Not SpeedTree. Yeah, Epic acquired the remesher. I forget the name of. Which is why it's pretty decent at remeshing. Anyway. Collision radius. We're going to set this up. So you, or I guess not you. We need to put it under card ability, or damage absorb. Let's go to skeleton. I'm gonna grab his logic. If mob type, let's grab all this, copy all this. Toxic aura, but it doesn't need the values. We don't need the aura. We don't need this. We just need to do add aura. Ooh, but it needs card info. Shit. I've only been spawning cards. But this is not a card. I mean, I guess I can do... make the card, because all I need from here is... the gameplay tag. That's all I'm getting. Yeah, that's all I'm getting. Yeah. We're fine, we're fine. Eventually SpeedTree export curves, which is kind of does already, but yeah, hoping it comes soon. Yeah. I wonder, real quick, just kind of what? Redirect notice from Google, thanks. Give me picture. I just wanted to get the full-size image. Okay, this is good enough. Right, this is Z-spheres. This is a tree made with Z-spheres. And you can see how simple it is. And it's very good about... again, so tiny, redirect, yeah. There we go. This is actually a good image. So this is Z-spheres. This is the mesh you get from Z-spheres. And then you can go in and then even sculpt it on top of it. But the main thing is the branches and everything, right? They all connect. The topology all works together because it's Z-spheres. So when you're UVing it and you're texturing it, again, this is for like more heroes trees, where you need like a specific like nice tree. This is what I would recommend. If you're doing procedural trees, obviously this is a little different. You can see here, right? Same thing, all with Z-spheres, and then you get the nice flow in the topology. You can texture it, right? And the result of this one is for Unreal. It looks pretty good, right? So, but you don't have to do the entire thing, right? You don't need to do the entire thing. If you do like even like this, like something like this, as like properly connected, even though it's not going to be connected here visually properly, it'll help. One other trick that games, I don't know about games, but I know some games did, is used transparency and slash, mass dithering to blend. It's gonna be harder for me to find a reference of that. I remember I tried doing that for a project. Yes, I'm gonna be able to find it. I'm not gonna be able to find anything. Trying to find every way I could search, but that's not gonna happen. I just want to find like an image that I can even use as a reference to explain, like as a base. Oh yeah, this is fine. Right, so back when games were like this, right? You could do, well, I don't know. Let's say you could do. I'm saying there's some that I've seen did a trick where they extended the tree further. So if I did, so I can draw over it. So they extended the tree further, like this. And then here would dither opacity it out. So it would look more like it's blending up versus just a hard line. Now, making actual routes that, you know, make it visual, yeah, of course, all gonna be better. But this is like when you have like that low a poly, and the poly is the real limit. Then I've seen an article of someone doing this like a long time ago. And just it's not because you could do the same thing on these. Not recommended with nanite though. With nanite, not really recommended. The other way to potentially get away with blending it is decals to hide that seam, or again, you just say screw it. Because most players don't care. Right? Because like this isn't the game Rust. That is a very popular game, and you can very clearly see, right, the seam, right? Gamers are used to it. But if you want to go above and beyond, like the question really becomes is the way you need to look at it is basically this. You can make 15-20 unique trees and populate an entire forest, and most people aren't going to notice the difference. Or you can make it procedurally through just branches, twigs, trunks. Slightly different look, slightly different process, right? It all depends on the end visual fidelity and what you're trying to achieve. With enough pre-made trees, right, you can make a full forest that's going to be just fine. Especially if you throw in a little bit of procedural texture variation, right? Some of them will be a little bit darker, a little lighter, a little bit dirty, a little more, right? Throw texture variation on them. You get away with them not noticing that they're even the same 15-20 trees or whatever it is. So just throwing out an option. How do I keep bookmarking stuff when I'm trying to show them? Damn it. But yeah, I'm just throwing out options for you. Yeah, I used to do these spheres. When I had to do the old Naughty Dog test, I used these spheres. I need card, ability, aura. And it's called damage absorb. Still haven't added rock assets to break up the landscape. Is it worth it to set up pack level instances for like rock tree assemblies, or is it unnecessary? Well, that depends on your workflow. It's better to just use PCG to spawn it all. But if you need, like, if you want to place some pre-made ones yourself manually, then yeah, you can use all pack level instances do is just make it so they're all automatically set up to be instant static meshes in that group, which is basically what PCG does, right? But just on a bigger, you could do it on a bigger scale. That's it. That's really it. That's not, yeah, you don't need to do it. You do it because you want to for whatever thing you're doing, but you don't have to do it. No. But to be fair, you don't have to do almost anything in Unreal. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. There's nothing in Unreal that you have to do. You don't even need to use a mouse if you don't want to. Nothing is necessary. I meant to select the aura thing. Curious how pack level instances would work for a cave system? Well, you wouldn't. The same way you would drag out a static mesh, you would drag out the pack level instance. You could probably reuse them. Okay, I mean, aren't you using PCG to spawn it? Oh, there you go. The scale is way off. Yeah, so yeah, PCG doesn't support pack level instances. Yeah, PCG doesn't support pack level instances. It only supports level instances. And then it doesn't spawn those. I mean, you could spawn literally pack level instances using PCG, but that just defeats the purpose. You'd better off using level instances that you convert to PCG data assets and then use those to spawn with. Which, if you want a tutorial on that, go watch my maze tutorial. I show how to do all that. But yeah. You can't read pack level instances in PCG. You could spawn them, but you're better off doing it the way I did it. Here we go. So there's the big boy. There's the big aura. That looks good. Okay, so now we need to see what it looks like with the collision. We need to set up the collision size. Also, here. Yeah, talking about this video where I set up level instance, try to do that, show how to convert it to the PCG mode thing, and then use it to spawn and partition it, which you're gonna probably want to if you have a big enough cave. Hang on. And then don't forget to like, subscribe, join, share. Also, just maybe, the hell is this remove ads button? Is this not just a... I bet this just takes me to their YouTube Premium. Time to make it bigger. Let's do 1,000. Get too big. 800. Too big. 500. 500. Ooh, but what? It shouldn't be giving me the square above my head. Wow, YouTube censorship? Wait, what? What you talking about? I mean YouTube censorship. Begin overlap. Aha. So I need to also check who it overlaps. Who it affects. Because I don't want to, not all of them are going to be affecting enemies anymore. So this is now affecting allies, which means I don't want this happening. Here. Me here. I guess what I... In response to that? Yeah. Because that's not a good comment to leave. Yeah. Because that sounds like an asshole comment to leave someone. Yeah, so YouTube's like, oh, you're being toxic. We're not gonna post that. Like, I see that stuff in filters. Like, I've gotten some not pleasant stuff in filters. Usually doesn't happen. There's been like only 2 or 3, nothing ever. But you know, I do have a held section where things get. Most of the time, things in that quote unquote held section are just people trying to post links for whatever reason, because I don't have links allowed. Yes, I can see here nothing unresponded here, but you can change it to held, and there's just nothing held. It doesn't understand. I mean, that's not memeing. Being an asshole does not mean it's a meme. They're just being an asshole, right? It's like you know, it's like going up to someone and saying, "You're fat and ugly." That's not a joke. That's just an insult. Like, if out of context, that is just an insult, right? Now, in context, if there was a banter between the two people, right, obviously it could be a joke. But if you're looking at it from YouTube's point of view, out of context, single, you know, message. You say it ironically because you already watched. Yeah, but YouTube doesn't know that. Anyone else looking from the sidelines doesn't know that. So... And I'm also not going to allow that on the channel either, because again, anyone from the sidelines looking in at that just one out of context thing will think you're an asshole. That's it. Right? Even though I can know and you can know things you might be joking, when viewed in the grand scheme of things, right? It's just how it is. It's the same reason why... Well, not the same reason. It's also why I don't allow certain things on the channel. Like, I'm fine with people, like, cursing, but I try, like, hey, if someone starts cursing, like, a ton, I'm gonna, you know, stop it. Like, occasional whatever, I'm like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. But, like... there there are words that I'm fine with people using in general, just not fine with people using like in my community. Purely because I always don't want that in the community. Doesn't mean that I don't use said words, or I don't, or I hate people that use said words, like excessive profanity, whatever, right? It's just don't want to hear, not the kind of place for it. The same thing. Because from the outside in, it looks different.
I have stopped the Earth's rotation until the ads are dead.
Hold on to your butts. With the Earth's rotation stopped, we might go flying. We're gonna need to add a new control, though. We have a new control for affecting allies or enemies, or both. Do I just do an enum? Or do I... Oh, what's the best way of doing this? This is, by the way, your ability, Leo. This is setting up the damage absorbability, or the... whatever you want to call it, but I just call it damage absorb for now. The one you described. But it's the first ability that has... the first aura that is affecting now allies instead of enemies. So, yeah, we need to control when they get the icon. You were watching the Elden Ring playthrough randomly? Fine. My Elden Ring playthrough? Where I was one-shotting a lot of bosses? It was fun. I like Elden Ring. I like Elden Ring because I played what I enjoy. So the Tree Sentinel's spell reflect? Oh, yeah. That one was a bitch. The timing of that was always like such a pain in the butt. Like, it's like he timed that every time. It's like, oh, it's about to hit him. Bam. Reflect dead. I remember. I mean, that was still also the early game. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I got better after that. Especially when I got a summon. I guess not so much getting better, it's just... Then I learned how to abuse the summons. Oh, you wonder if that can be an ability? There's already a reflect projectile thing, but it works differently. So I have one that the player can have. Let's see if I can find it. Because I don't remember what it's called. Missile Mirror. Basic attacks reflect enemy projectiles. So if he shoots me, and I do... Okay, so apparently there's a bug. Well, it was working. God damn it. It was working for me to reflect, and now it's no longer... What? What do you mean it's pending? Other actor? Return projectile? Yeah. If it's valid... Destroy it? Okay, hold on. Slight tangent, I guess. Infinite loop detected. How? Why are we even running timeline dash? Why are we running dash? Dash has nothing to do with anything I just did. We're not even running. What? What do you mean timeline dash infinite loop detected? This is also a timeline thing. How can a timeline be infinite looped? Well, let's go fix this. But basically, I have a player ability where I can use my melee attacks normally, as well as even the projectiles normally. And if they hit another enemy projectile, it will reflect, it will shoot it back at them or towards them. Okay, does return projectile if the owner has it. Yep. It checks the other actor. Yep. Forward. Yeah, it sets the direction to go. Get projectile info. Maybe the problem's here. Oh, BVI projectiles, yes. I was looking in the wrong place. Oh, it's here. Yeah, gets self class, gets the damage, gets the owning actor. Yeah, that's all fine. Checks that this is not the same actor. If it's true, it does execute projectile attack. And then it's supposed to just destroy itself. Where's the loop? Where's the fault in the logic? I spawn a new thing. Okay, let's just start with this, without this execute projectile attack. Wait, what? What? How in the world? How's that working? How is that working? What? How's that working? What? But I'm not returning it. But huh? Huh? Did I miss, or does it? No, now I can't hit it back. But just now, a second ago, I could hit it back. Yeah, replugged it in. It's not destroying it. It's not even printing it. Huh? How did we go from it just working without it being plugged in to just nothing working? It's not. What? Blocking character. Overlap. What's going on? It was just working. Okay. Let's see what's going on. So it did find it right there, right? We had the little red thing, so it found it. Uh-huh. My only guess then is it's because of the projectile changes we did earlier. This. But I should just go right through here. Oh no, this is different. This is different. This is the regular box collision, so this won't have any effect on it. Huh. Why is it no longer being detected? Why begin overlap not detecting it anymore? Where'd he go? Or is the problem not here and the problem is here? Well, no, it's just doing a trace for everything. It was working. What did I do? It is of type projectile. It is blocking character, which I think is what it should be doing. On component hit. I shouldn't need this for it to trigger. Wait, what? Apparently I do. Okay, but hold on, but this is still not, this is still detached. How am I spawning my own thing automatically if it's not here? Hold on. Does the multi-projectile work still with it? Yes, it does. Why do I get 4 icons there? Well, that's odd. That is odd. Oh, because it's affecting the projectiles, and the projectiles are part of me, so it's like, oh, that's a problem. Yeah, that should not happen. That should not happen. Okay, well, that's a bug. Well, okay, I'll tell you this. I have no idea how this is working. This is detached. So this is the only place where I do this. What if I just bypass all of this and I'm just gonna go back to want to see what happens. Is it being used somewhere else? Am I crazy? Yes, but how is this still? So what I'm finding out right now is just it's not here that I'm doing it. Wait, then how am I returning it? I have this whole function and you're telling me that the function doesn't even the one that's doing it? I deleted him by accident. Oops. Yeah. It's not that. I'm gonna detach you. What? Okay, hold on a second. What black magic did my past do? Did my past self do? Where I could have the thing that I thought controlled this fully detached. It's not only detached here, but it's also, or I'll detach it even here. At the same time, the projectile is not even set up to be launched here. Welcome back to some Black Magic Storm Run. Yeah, it's still working. So okay, let me just search reflect projectile, I guess. Yeah, that's all fine. And obviously, this is the big one that it all goes into. Yeah, that all checks out. Then inside of the projectile base, this is the only place we're doing this. Then we have the interfaces. Yep. That all checks out. Then we have the regular attacks. And then it just has a reflect projectile here and here. Oh, I'm doing it now on the attack trace dummy. Okay. Where's the check, though, for reflect projectile, though? if it is true. Ah. Okay. Okay, so apparently I don't need this anymore. And I don't need this anymore. Okay. Cool. Walmart got substitute your peanut butter instead of Jiffy. You got Skippy. Tastes like peanut butter. I'm so sorry. Oh, that must be so. I hate it when my peanut butter tastes like peanut butter. I made peanut butter. I had peanut butter ice cream today. That I made myself. It was good. High protein version. You need more peanut butter taste though. I didn't put enough. But I'm using peanut butter powder. Dried peanut butter, I think. Yep, yeah. Also, how do you like your peanut butter? I like mine extra crunchy. I'm a crunchy guy. I want to be able to have a nice mix of good crunch from the peanuts, as well as the just, nice butter part of the peanut butter. But I like to have both. So I like to have crunchy peanut butter. I know there are some people that like just pure smooth peanut butter, but then I feel like that removes the peanut from the peanut butter. Peanut butter with peanuts, yeah, that's the crunchy stuff. Crunchy peanut butter then. Yeah, because the hell is this? Guys, do you remember when you went to Google and the first thing would always be images, and then you would have, whatever else, or the first one would be web, or then it would be images. First one's AI mode. Then we have shopping. Then short videos. Then we have images. Also, who goes to forums when searching for... I have questions. Imagine having butter with your peanuts and not peanuts with your butter. I know, right? I hate that new changes. We wish we could customize the damn tabs. Yeah. I hate they moved image size. Yeah. Do you remember when image sizes, you could just specify an image size? You'd be like, I want my images at least, and you just put in a value. Or you would have like a bunch of predefined values, like at least 1,000 by whatever, or at least 3,000 by whatever. You just specify the size you wanted. They removed that like a decade ago plus. I still miss it. To this day. Your images and videos are under more? That's not okay. You loved exact image sizes? Yeah. It's not under advanced tools and image. Yeah. But you can't even go exact now anyway. Not even that way. Right? If I go on tool size, I only get... Yeah. I only get this. Why? What the hell is large? What is considered large? For exact sizes, you do use edge? Wait, there... No. Click advanced search. Wait. Oh, advanced search. Ugh. 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 What year am I in? Yeah, now, yeah, I see the large, but this is also terrible. This is also terrible. Larger than 1000 by 24 by 768, and then what? Larger than 2 megapixels, 4 megapixels? I don't know how big a 6 megapixel resolution is. This shit has a 6 megapixel resolution. How big is that? I'm not looking at photography stuff here. I just want some regular images. Why is it in megapixels? It goes up to 70. How big is 70 megapixels? Use Bing search allows you to input exactly. God. I just think Google was like, there's a reason people say I'm gonna Google something. And not I'm going to go and search it. They say they need to Google it because that's how big Google was in the search department. And how the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen. I think I still need this. This character box. Confirm it works. I miss the old days. I'm pretty sure it won't work now, but I'm just gonna check. Oh, it still works. Oh, this is overlapping character. Okay, that's how. Today has been a lot of how is it that this is working when it shouldn't be working, but now I realize that my previous self was smarter than my current self. That's basically what I've come to realize right now, is just previous self smarter than current. Now I'm just dumb. But anyway, Leo, yeah, we have a return projectile. So yeah, as long as I have the power up, I can return projectiles if I hit them. This should also work with another projectile. Let's just confirm. A little bit harder to hit with a projectile considering his is lobbed. Yeah, it's gonna be harder to hit. Yeah, much harder to hit. Yeah, it's not happening. I don't know if it's working. It might not be working. Or maybe that's what I had it for. Maybe I had it for the projectile. Oh, that's what I had it for. I had it for projectile to projectile ones. Ah. Okay. Okay. So that's why I had it. Let's undo a bit. Let's put this back. But this needs to happen not on character, only on projectile. God damn it. Why? Yeah, other actor, but it's not valid putting destroy actor. It's gonna be an infinite loop again, isn't it? It's gonna be an infinite loop. Yeah, okay. So when it's not checking if it's valid, it's saying it's being deleted. But when it's when I do check if it's being deleted, then it's somehow an infinite loop. Go figure that one out. But that's why I have this, is for the projectile and projectile reflections. A lot of randomness in your game, like item spawns and key item spawn locations and stuff, so even you don't fully know what will happen. You excited to play when finished? Nice. That's a good feeling. The wild Pokemon fighting each other on their own has wasted a lot of your time alone. You just sit there watching them go at it. Hey, if you're enjoying the game, that means other people also enjoy the game, which is good. There will at least be a few other people that will enjoy the game, if you do too. How many? That's debatable. But there will be others. What if I don't do this? It should just destroy it, right? And then maybe I spawn a new one after a single tick of delay. Did I miss? Okay. Or what if I just did it this order? Now. Order of operations, should it be destroyed by the next thing, or do I need to do a tick of delay? I might still need to do a tick of delay. So you'll stay quiet, not give any more bright ideas, because we'll end up discovering more bugs to fix. So why is that bad? Oh, there we go. That worked. I think the arc and the size of that needs to be adjusted and stuff, but also that's working now. Just changing the order of that helped. Nice thing is you don't have to hit yeah, I need to figure out all the vector stuff. It's not designed for lobbed projectiles. That's the problem. So this one needs to be adjusted for lobbed projectiles. Okay, we'll need to do that. You love finding bugs, make sure the player don't. Yep. You know what you're excited and nervous you're in doing? Coding AI for a horror game? You know you have to be uber lenient on detection? Why do you have to be uber lenient on detection? You don't have to be. You had one where you became invincible on attack. Turns out you were destroying the projectile before you got done with the event. I'll do it. Probably. It can be precise, right? But you do need to have like certain mechanics to allow you to still get away, right? Like he could, as soon as he looks at you, he could see you. But instead of having him immediately see you, like just by glancing, have it be like a build-up, right? Like a lot of games have like a detection thing. Like as he has to look at you for a certain amount of time, then it will detect it, like a second or two, right? You have a too precise thing too. Make attack projectile. But it's based off the projectile. The projectile is correct. The problem... Oh, you know what the problem is? The problem is this. Because it depends on whether it is a lobbed projectile or not. This is correct for not lobbed projectiles, but for lobbed projectiles, we need to do something different. So first we need to figure out if it is a lobbed projectile. And then if it is, then we need to lob it back. And also, I need to somehow keep the scale the same. Because it's scaling it to the actor. So I need a new projectile scale control. Yeah, we'll fix this before we move on with the other ability. I think this is more important to fix this because this is a pretty big one to get working. We already have a good amount of most enemies are already done. So in worst case scenario, like already have a good amount for the package build, but good stuff. You get other actor and check if it is one of the NPCs or the player. Oh yeah, Ollie is great. Ollie's behavior tree series is how I got started with AI, pretty much. Bit heavy if your game is simple to, yeah, but you don't have to use every single one. You just have to know it exists. A lot of times I'll watch it or like make a note of a tutorial as long as it exists and be like, okay, this is a thing, and if I need it, I know where to look. You know, if you like learning Stormrun, I have a great channel for you. It has nothing to do with game development, in a sense. There's a lot of PCG in there, and I heard there's a traffic system. Carly in the works. That's a lie. Oh, I know. I can't lie. It certainly has something to do with game dev. I mean, yeah, it's an Unreal Engine. Fair enough. You know what? It's not a lie, but it wasn't fully accurate. Like, a piece of the pie is still part of the pie, but it's no longer a pie. A piece of the pie is not a pie. Right? Because if you were asked to bring someone bring you a pie, and they brought you a piece of a pie, you'd be like, where's the rest of the pie? Listen here, Theseus. Is that the guy with the ship? How many planks, how much of the ship can you replace before it becomes a different ship? Is that the one? Yes. The only reason I know about it, and I'm sure the only reason you know about it, is Markiplier. The only reason I know anything about that is Markiplier. You knew of it before that? I didn't. Anyway. Never knew that's what it was called. I didn't know about it. I don't know where it's from, but that's fine. Tomorrow's Thursday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. I guess we'll try to finish or fix up the rest of this reflect projectile thing because I want that working. It's a cool ability, and I don't want it broken. And then we'll continue with setting up the new aura controls and fixing the bugs that are currently with them. Yeah. Because it's also affecting projectiles, which is not good. Which are also then triggering to the player, which is not good. Lots of not good stuff happening, but that's okay. We'll improve this and fix stuff, and everything will be all right. But yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye!